Welcome to my latest video. Um, this one is kind of going to back to my roots a little bit because I've gone over most of the videos I've made thus far, and there is one that stands out from all the rest of them by far in the amount of views and um, amount of time people watched it when they when they watched it, um, and YouTube stats are also showing that people are going on YouTube and searching for this video and going straight to it. So I personally thought that that video could be improved a good bit. So I'm actually going to go through the process of doing a full installation and basically implementing from the ground up the Elite VR Cockpit mod for Elite Dangerous. So I wanted to do this for people that were. I've had some people leave comments asking questions how to make things work, that they're having difficulty with some things. So I'm just going to go through my process of installing it, which, to be honest with you, I just go through the instructions. Um, I've found that following directions is one of the most important things you can do with any of this stuff because you can't just skip things. You can't jump around. You can't do something later from a later part and then go back and do an earlier part. You need to do it step by step. So I'm going to do that for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you do enjoy it, I would really like for you to hit subscribe. Um, I'm trying to build something here, a uh, uh, a channel that's going to be fun for me and fun for my boy Grayson, and I would really like it to be a lot of fun for you guys. And I would love for you guys to leave comments and let me know what you like, what you don't like. Speak your mind. I'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah, please hit subscribe if you like my videos. But anyway, let's get started with the um, initial setup here. The basically where we're going to get started at, and I'll leave a link in my video. My previous video has a link to the same page, but this is where you're going to start out at to get this going. And in fact, the name of the page right here is Getting Started. So first thing you need to do is go and get this vJoy program. So we're going to go and get that. Download will start shortly. It's from SourceForge. Shouldn't take very long. Yeah, looks like I've already got it downloaded, but just download another one because I don't feel like hunting for it in my downloads folder. I cleaned my downloads folder out recently, but we are going to install it. I had removed it because I had started playing a lot of flight sims with a joystick that I found in my closet from a long time ago. I used to play X-Wing, TIE Fighter, X-Wing Alliance, all kinds of stuff. I think I used to play Wing Commander Prophecy with this joystick. But this mod will give you the ability to not have to use a joystick at all, but use motion controllers in VR. And while the creator of this mod, I think created it. Go ahead and get this started, even though it's going to take no time because I have like a super fast computer. He created it with only a valve index, so he put support in there for the Oculus / Meta, all their headsets, and I'm using a Quest 2, so that's what I'm going to be setting this up for. So, all right, so I got vJoy We're going to go back. All right, so I installed it. Let's go configure it. vJoy. All right, configure vJoy. All right, so you need to configure it for a minimum of, I think it's a minimum of 2 joystick vJoy devices. So the first one, default enabled, axis. Make sure all axes are enabled. So yeah, just make sure all those are checked. Button set to 32. 32. Technically only 8, but higher makes it future proof. POV/hat switch is set to 4 directions, and make sure there are 4 POVs configured. Yes. So we got that. Enable all force feedback effects. And we got all that. Okay. All right, so all that is there. And make sure it's enabled. Okay. vJoy device 2. Enable this by clicking the 2 tab at the top and then clicking Add Device button near the bottom of the window. And then all right, so axis. Make sure all are enabled, same as device 1. Number buttons 32. POV, hat switch. Leave unchanged. All right, so it's going to be, by unchanged, it's going to be continuous, and it's going to be POV 0. Number of POV switches for this vJoy device. All right. Do not enable any force feedback effects. Hit apply. I think I've still got, from my previous install, I think these are still set up. So it's not going to let me apply because everything is already the way that I want it to be. All right, now let's close that out. Steam Big Picture. Steam Big Picture mode has a special controller handling that can break vJoy. This is important stuff. Make sure you go into Steam. I'm going to do that right now. All right. Is that big picture? Yeah, big picture mode. Ensure that generic gamepad configuration support is disabled. I'm just going to exit big picture mode because I really don't need it. All right. So, yeah, that's changed a little bit. I don't see the setting now. I'm not going to worry about it too much unless it becomes an issue. All right. So, next. All right. So, download the latest release, which I think is from 2021. This one hasn't. As long as I've used it, I know I started using it after that. Yeah. Yeah, just click on that. I know the instructions here aren't very clear, but just click on where it says that, and then click on that version, download it. All right, then I'm just going to go back. And let's just go ahead and unzip it. Let's put it in my downloads folder. All right. Extract it wherever you want. There is no installer, so Elite VR Cockpit exe can be run directly. All right. So basically, if I remember correctly, I ended up just putting it where just put it like under your Elite Dangerous folder. All right, so browse local files. That takes you straight to it. If you didn't know how to do that, that's how you do that. That takes you straight to your game install folder. And then just throw it in there. It's not going to hurt anything to have an extra folder in there. The game is not going to go crazy or anything. And then what I like to do is make a desktop shortcut. So take that, send to the desktop, and then boom, you never have to come back to that folder again. Because now, oh, where did it go? Alright, well there's my Elite Dangerous. Here we go, right there. Alright, so, got it installed now. Alright, so, next on the list. If you have an Oculus, do the workaround. If you, I will say this, I have never done this workaround. Reason why is I usually use virtual desktop for just about everything. I only use AirLink when I have to, if I've got a game that like Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is a perfect example. Game opens great and looks great on virtual desktop, but I cannot get controllers to work. I'm sure if I worked on it hard enough, I could probably make controllers work, but virtual desktop, out of the box, controllers don't work. So if I open it with AirLink, works perfect. The reason why I don't like to use AirLink, for some reason with my build, I get awesome performance in virtual desktop. I get crappy performance in AirLink, which is weird because I can hook up my link cable and basically play Oculus Link, and it plays perfect. So I don't know what the problem is, but I don't waste too much time on it because the majority of the stuff I play plays fine on virtual desktop, and it's just not worth my time to investigate it. Anyway, all right, so turn on your VR hardware and launch Steam VR. Yeah, it's really up to you, but for the purposes of this video, I'm only going to do the virtual desktop deal. I'd say if you want to run it under Oculus runtime, you can do that workaround. Claim it works here. I've never heard that it doesn't, so it should work just fine for you if you want to go that route. But we're going to go virtual desktop this time. It also simplifies this whole deal. So, which if you don't have an Oculus headset, if you've got a definitely if you have a If you have a Valve Index, this is made to work on Valve Index. The way that I'm showing you how to do this will work on a Valve Index. If you have I'm sure it would work on a Vive. There's no special way to make it work on a Vive in here. It should work on a Vive headset. Alright, so the first thing you want to do, first thing I recommend doing, Steam doesn't make this easy anymore. Unless you've already got the icon up here for Steam VR. Start up Steam VR, whichever way. If you don't have the icon up there, you can go under. You can search by name, type in Steam, and it'll usually come up. I'll show you Steam. You'll see Steam VR right there. I've already started it, so it's running. You got to get it running first. Next thing you want to do is start up your Elite VR Cockpit shortcut, the one you made earlier. And if you don't see errors on this page, if you don't see errors right here, you're doing good. Everything's running. So it says that it's connected, vJoy interface is there, connected devices 1 and 2, Elite Dangerous is not running at this time. That is correct because you have to start it after you start Elite VR Cockpit. Alright. Then you will double click. You can start it from your desktop or you can start it from inside Steam VR. Whichever way you prefer. If you start it from your desktop, it's gonna ask if you want to play in VR or if you want to play regular desktop. Of course, you want to do the VR version. I don't know what's going to happen if you try to do it with the regular desktop version after you've started this VR Cockpit. Probably nothing because it interfaces with Steam VR. So if you run the regular desktop version, it's probably not going to do anything. Make sure that after you start Elite Dangerous, that you always keep Elite Dangerous focused on your desktop. If you don't, it won't do anything. I think it does the same thing without this mod. Like the controls won't work. All right, so Elite Dangerous is firing up. All right, so you'll get this message. I'm not sure if you see it. Oh, interesting. So, I've got the game, as far as I can tell, it's focused, but it might be that it's just not running quite yet. I just reinstalled this game, and I'm reinstalling everything, so... We'll see what happens after it gets done. It's basically building shaders and all that stuff. Okay. Alright, so let's do this. Alright, so I alt-tabbed away and alt-tabbed back toward it. And let's see what we got now. Alright, so I'm trying to remember how to do this. Okay, so if you lock it, if you unlock it, you can edit. You can generate new buttons. Menu mode, I think, gives you, yeah. If you hit menu mode here, you get control of this menu, although it's, I think I got a controller issue. Yeah, I might have to, like I have in my video, I'm gonna have to take my left controller and clean it out. So what you want to do is go into a training session, training simulations, and your pilot assessment is probably a good place to start.
Welcome to Morton Dock. Make yourself comfortable while we finish some
All
preliminary
right,
ship
so
checks.
I still got it in menu mode, so
And I'll be running your Pilots Federation evaluation.
I can
Pilots assigned to me earn their license. So as long as you follow my instructions, you'll be a commander.
I can interact with all this.
Oh, and before you ask, I may sound like an Imperial, but I'm actually from an independent system. Today we'll be covering the basics of flight control, combat, and frameshift drive use. This Sidewinder has been installed with a specialized computer that'll take control at certain points. Mostly you'll follow a series of objectives to guide your actions. These are shown in the info panel at the top right of the head-up display. Okay, you're good to go. Select auto launch from the options ahead of you when you're ready.
Alright, so since I'm still in menu mode, I can go down to auto launch. I'm doing this with my left controller with the thumbstick up and down. You can go left and right. So I'm gonna hit the I think this is the A button to auto launch.
Ship release confirmed. Auto launch sequence underway. The beauty of auto launch is that you can relax and enjoy the view. One of the ways that technology allows us to appreciate the good things in life.
And after that, we'll see if we can get this other thing set up.
Each of the coming stages can be completed at your own pace.
Alright.
Remarkable, isn't it? For so long, humanity gazed up at the stars in wonder. We're not distracted by one of Earth's many wars. And now, we glide between them without a second. Here we are.
Alright, so
Your first task is to demonstrate basic ship movements. A ship's trajectory is primarily controlled by pitch, yaw, and roll. Perform each of these now.
alright.
Good. Now increase your throttle to accelerate forwards.
Alright.
So that's one of the things you got to do. You got to turn on that generic joystick, and then your joystick works. You can twist. You got yaw and pitch and everything else. Alright, so. And you can use your throttle. So look, check it out. I'm flying.
Initiate the controls shown in your objectives list. Never mind. You've got it. Decrease the throttle to resume a stationary position.
Alright, and in this game, you got to put it in the middle to do that.
Your throttle can also be pulled back from 0 to engage reverse thrust.
Yeah, you can do that too. Alright,
As before, push the throttle in the opposite direction to cease moving.
yeah, so that's gonna have to be adjusted.
Looks like you've got the hang of individual controls. Let's see if you can put them all together. Your next task is to guide your ship through a series of checkpoints. Head towards the course, following the target indicator. The course weaves through an orbital structure and is designed for the novice pilot.
Alright. Alright, so yeah. Change that to regular. And then just go all the way down, apply, back to game menu, resume.
We should probably begin soon. Move through the first checkpoint to begin the course.
And now we're flying. You can see I've already got some buttons set up. These are a lot of these buttons are predefined.
Fly through the center of the first checkpoint. You'll notice that they change color as you fly through them.
Might be an odd time to start this lesson.
And we're off.
Yeah, you can see it. It also indicates recommended orientation. And I'm flying, and I'm doing it without a physical joystick.
Rolling and pitching together is the most efficient way of turning rapidly.
Yeah. Slow it down a little bit so I can make the turns.
It's good practice to consider the angle and speed.
Okay.
Well done. The data link scanner is a versatile tool that connects with network interfaces and various data points. You need to move to another area of this star system to continue your assessment, pilot. Rather than travel for the next year using your thrusters, you can employ the ship's frameshift drive to increase your speed by a few orders of magnitude. First, ensure that the ship is correctly secured. Your landing gear, cargo scoop, and hardpoints must all be retracted. When you're ready, throttle up and engage Super Cruise.
Alright, so... Alright, so... Charge the frame shift drive.
Frame shift drive charging.
Alright, I don't really know where I'm supposed to be going. Alright.
Correct. Well done.
Yeah, just...
All readouts look good.
Oh,
You're
I
now
guess it's...
accelerating towards a velocity comparative to the speed of light, measured in c. Supercruise is used to navigate within a star system, allowing you to cover significant distances in minutes. Usually you'll retain control in Supercruise, but on this occasion your ship's computer is following a preset path.
Yeah. What he said.
The frame shift drive is disengaged. Welcome to the combat zone. Before you start shooting, however, try analyzing the megaship with a data link scanner.
Alright.
Well done. It's often worth scanning objects you're unfamiliar with to learn more about them. Next, you need to activate your weapons by cycling to a different fire group.
Alright, so... Next fire group.
You'll notice that your weapons are now listed on your HUD. Fire groups allow you to manage your hardpoints efficiently. Let's begin the combat evaluation. Destroy several of the canisters. All weapons have an effective range, so you may need to move closer here.
Alright,
Thrusters
so...
are particularly useful for navigating around large structures. Why not give them a try?
I can use the B button to select my target.
Your cannon will automatically reload until the ammunition supply runs out.
Alright, my trigger on my right controller fires my right laser.
Will need to recharge.
And the A button fires.
Try targeting the canister you're aiming at.
Yeah. A button fires the cannon.
Quota achieved. Let's dial up the challenge a notch, shall we? An unmanned craft has arrived nearby. These drones are used by the Pilots Federation as target practice, and they're quite harmless. To continue, bring the craft into your sights and open fire.
Yeah. Ooh. Ran right into it.
Nice work. You may have noticed that multi-cannons are effective against unshielded targets. Another craft has arrived. This one is fitted with a shield generator.
Alright.
Helpfully, your burst laser is a thermal weapon, which excels at stripping away a target's shields.
Come on. I'm trying to get... Alright. There it is. Gotta get around this so I can actually hit it. without hitting this station. Reduce my throttle so I can hit it.
Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
Consider me impressed. Your final target has dropped into the area. This time your opponent will fight back, but its damage capability has been greatly reduced. Your target will not react until it registers shield damage. Engage when ready.
Target shields offline.
Got it.
Destroyed.
That was the last target. Even if you're planning on a peaceful career, understanding the basics of combat is vital for a pilot's long-term survival. For advanced combat information, you should refer to the pilot's handbook, which we'll cover in more detail soon. The next step of your evaluation involves a hyperspace jump to a neighboring star system. On this occasion, your ship's computer has selected your destination for you. We'll cover selecting destinations manually soon. The mass lock indicator on the bottom right of the dashboard is active. This means a large object is in close proximity, preventing you from engaging the FSD. To resolve this, throttle up to move a safe distance away from the megaship.
Alright, I think we've pretty well covered this.
Remember, you can boost to temporarily increase your ship's speed.
I'll do more videos as I learn more. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this, if this helped you at all, please subscribe, and that'll help me get more of these videos out, and hopefully help more people.